You're gonna put it almost shaft straight vertical. Again, you can use your putting grip if you want to. I always say you need to push down and then rotate.
Milwaukee's own Skip Kendall.
Skip Kendall.
Skip Kendall is 5 under today.
At the 9th. Chips in for birdie. He's tied for 3rd, 2 shots off the lead.
Hey, Skip Kendall here. Hey, I want to talk to you today about a shot that I think is a total weapon, and it's something that you can add to your arsenal right around the greens. I call it the putt chip, and you're going to make a lot of these once you know how to do it. I know I did on tour, and again, this is a total weapon. So I would say no matter where you are just off the green, if you can putt, I would suggest putting. But there's going to be times when there's, you know, just bad grass in your way. There could be, I don't know, an imperfection where it sticks up and you just can't putt. So I put a towel here that's in the way, and all I want to do is make sure I just fly the ball just barely on the green. Now, I don't have a long distance to go either. So what I want to do is, I'm using an 8-iron to do this. You can use as low as a 6-iron if you want, 5-iron even, all the way up to a wedge, but you're going to put it almost shaft straight vertical. Use your putting grip right here, and you're just going to putt. That's why I call it the putt chip. So when you do this, it actually pops the ball up into the air just barely so it reaches the front of the green, and it takes away all of this right here, which may not roll through very good if you try to putt it. So here's how it works. Putting stance, everything is the same. Putting grip, and you get the shaft way up so the toe is way down. The heel is going to be way up off the ground, and you actually want to hit the ball right off the end of the scoring line right there on the edge of the club right there, because you don't want to hit the ball in the middle, because it just kind of explodes off the face and it comes off hot. You want to control it by hitting it off the toe so it deadens the hit. All right, here we are. Right here, just like a putt, and I'm just gonna use the same thing. Oh, that was going in. Need to hit a little harder. All right, one more. Here it is, putt chip. Oh, again, going right at it. These greens are way too slow. Anyway, as you can see, this is something, if you add it to your repertoire, it can really work for you really good. You know, there's gonna be times when you're around the green where you're just not gonna have a perfect lie, right? It doesn't always happen. You have to hit a chip shot, but look at this. Your ball has ended up basically in a divot around the green. Not a very good lie. I can't chip this one because I just can't get the club under it. I'd probably scull it every time, or I would come down way too steep on it and just wouldn't hit a good shot. So this is what I would do with bad lies around the green. Again, it's gonna be just like the putt chip. It's kind of very similar. You wanna get toe deep like that and get the shaft way more vertical. You want to get it up in the air so you can see that, and so the toe is down, and then again it's more like a putt, but only this part really right here of the club is going to be hitting the ground, so there's not a lot of turf interaction with the club itself. So with the bottom, with the sole, you never want to touch, get close to the heel, because the heel gets in the way. It'll stop the club from going through. So the least amount of action with the bottom of the club on the ground, the better. So here we go. Vertical up in the air. Again, you can use your putting, grip if you want to, and go ahead and hit that shot. It works out. It comes out perfect every time, even with a bad lie. You're not doing much. You're just scraping the ground. Anyway, I want to make you a better chipper, doggone it. I want to make sure that you get these balls up and down and you hit these with just great impact, great turf interaction. And there's one thing that I want to show you, and a vital mistake that I see a lot of people doing. What I normally see from a lot of people is they roll their hands. The first move usually goes like that. When they do that, the club goes way to the inside of their hands, and it's really difficult to get back and chip from that position. It's tough to make solid contact. So here's what I want you to do, and here's what I want you to think about, and the feel that you should have. So there's a lot of people out there that say, you know, let the right hand, you know, control the shot. I think that's good, that's fine, but I actually like the left hand a little bit more. Why? Because I think I always say you need to push down and then rotate. So you want to push down and rotate. Now when you do that, you actually drag the handle back just a little bit, so the club, if you were to roll your hands, it goes too far inside too fast. When you push down, you keep the club basically in front of you, the club head. When you add your right hand to it, you push down, you see how the shaft stays in the triangle of my arms? That's what I'm looking for when I chip. Even in the takeaway of my full swing, I don't want the club doing that. I don't want to just roll my hands, all right? So when I chip, I'm gonna try to keep the shaft in front. Left hand, push down, rotate. But the shaft always stays inside my triangle. I don't lose that connection. It's almost like if I kept the club right here and I move back, you see how the club stays inside, the shaft stays inside my triangle? Same thing, chipping. Push down, rotate with that left hand. You rotate through with your upper body. That's the motion, okay? You can't do it like that. You're gonna be just whipping your hands through. Doesn't work. So you're here, push down, rotate. That's all you're looking for. You'll see how the club, when I take it back, it'll never get to the inside. You always want the club, if anything, perfect world, I want the toe straight up, and I want it covering up my hands. Right there. And then I'm just gonna use my upper body to rotate through, hands don't do anything. It's all, it'd be like if I was throwing a ball, underhand. I'm right here, right here. I do that with my right hand, right? But my left hand controls. I feel like as the guide, my right hand is just going underneath. If I were to shake someone's hand in front of me, that's all I'm doing, right? Here we go. I'm gonna do one more. Push down, rotate. Uh-oh. I think we're gonna end on that one. Hey, if you like what you just saw, please like and subscribe below. Gonna be a lot of great content coming out. We'll see you next time.